Is America happy? These are the reasons why I think America is not happy. In the preamble of the Constitution, it states, in order to form a more perfect union, we establish justice. How do we have justice when we have dirty cops making deals with drug dealers, beating and killing their wives, raping women when they pull them over, and killing or starving their dogs? They get suspended with pay or kicked off the police team or cut a deal. They really don't get arrested. This is unjust. How can the preamble of the Constitution say that America is a perfect union? We are far from it. We have paid people under minimum wage and supported the exploitation of labor. For instance, in the 1990s, Hillary Clinton supported Walmart, whom had underpaid workers from other countries. How can we have domestic tranquility in the preamble when New York and the Twin Towers were not protected in 9/11? Or how about when the Pentagon wing was destroyed in Washington? This is clearly a violation of Article 4, the states, Section 4, the Republican government, which states, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion. Thus, our safety, protection, and pursuit of happiness is being endangered and challenged. In the Bill of Rights, Amendment 1, freedom of religion and the press, supposedly we have freedom of speech or the press. However, we really don't, or else there would be no censorship and silencing the press. In addition to this, supposedly we have the right to peaceably assemble and petition the government for a redress of grievances. However, when this was done in the 1960s during the time of Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X, it was denied until years later. Our right to petition the government and to stand up for what we believe in and address the issues were frowned upon and denied because of the color of our skin. America is unjust and not filled with happiness. Did King George III not violate Amendment 3, quartering of soldiers and other amendments? No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war. Where was justice to help save us, or happiness? Amendment 4, search and seizure, was violated. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. No warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause supported by oath, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Police sometimes search people's houses without search warrants and obtain them later and take evidence without a search warrant. One instance was the Watergate scandal with Richard Nixon. There was illegal wiretapping and taking evidence with no warrants and holding a search with no warrant. This right was violated. If this search violated Nixon's right, who's to say it won't violate our rights to privacy? In Amendment 13, slavery abolished. Is slavery really abolished? No, it exists underground or is hidden through slave trade for labor. If neither slavery nor involuntary servitude should not exist, then why does it exist? In Amendment 16, status of income tax clarified. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived without apportionment among the several states, and without regard to any census, is simply unjust. Lately, the wealthy or well-off people are taxed more heavily than the poor, and not equally. This violates the wealthy person's right to make more money and to be treated fairly, justly, and equally. How can a pursuit of happiness be pursued if you cannot be happy? This is an infringement This is an infringement upon the wealthy's right to be happy. This right is constantly violated. And where is the penalty for this violation? Where are the state's liberty to do what it wants within its laws? In Article 4, the states, Section 3, new states. No new states shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the junction of two or more states, or parts of states without the consent of legislatures of the states, as well as the Congress. All of the states within the United States should have this right, as long as the nearby or bordering states don't have a problem with it and votes upon it. The states have their rights limited. Where is the liberty in that? In Article 1, Section 10, powers prohibited of states. No state shall, without the consent of the Congress, lay any imposts or duties or imports or exports except what may be absolutely necessary for executing its inspection laws. This absolutely limits the state's power and rights to rule within its jurisdiction or area. Thus, it limits the state's liberty to make its own decisions and rules on taxing imports and exports. They should be allowed if the majority of the state or its representatives agree upon it. All in all, these examples have proven that America is neither a happy nation nor one that is preferred and full of justice. Thank you.